Hi, I'm Frankie Mazzapica. I hope you enjoy the video that you're about to see. It's our desire that at the conclusion of this video, you will have a heightened expectation of the plan of God for your life. In Proverbs 18:11, let me circle back around to that verse. The wealth of the rich is their fortified city. They imagine it a wall too high to climb. In other words, rich people believe that the higher their stack of cash is, the safer they are. A fortified city is a city with a huge wall around it that protects it. Rich people believe that the higher their stack of cash, the safer they are. The smaller their stack of cash, the smaller their wall is, the more exposed they are. But they imagine it as a wall. It's not real. It is not real. That level of security is not real. They imagine their money giving them security that they really don't have. Now, let me illustrate this on a personal level. My wife and I have been married for 19 years. Crazy. Put your hands together for Allie. 19 years. 17 years ago, we started having an annual meeting with our financial advisor. 17 years ago, I distinctly remember him telling us, you guys do not have enough money to retire. So we made aggressive changes. A few years later, we met with him again. He said, you guys do not have enough money to retire. A few years later, we met with him again. You still do not have enough money to retire. 2 weeks ago, we met with him again. And what do you think he said? You still don't have enough money to retire. For the last 17 years, we've been trying to work our retirement system to where we will have enough money to retire and be able to be stress-free by the time we retire. We still don't have enough money to retire. And then I finally discovered what that number is. The number that we all need to be completely financially secure. Do you know what that number is? I'm about to save you a lot of time. It's more than what you have. Don't ever forget that. It will always be more than what you have. And we will live our entire life fretting and worrying because we can't reach that number, but there is no number. There is no number. It will always be more than what you have. You go, I don't know, there's some billionaires out there. And that number is good enough for them they have a fortified wall. There's billionaires out there. They have a fortified wall around them. And they're completely financially safe. They're safe from anything. There's a wall around them. And people like, Steve Jobs. Or let's talk about Steve Jobs. I know he's not alive. But like you, I'm carrying around some of his products. iPhone, iWatch, everything. Let's talk about this. He was worth $10.8 billion. Billion. Now, there's a big difference between a million and a billion. A massive difference. I know it's both ends with an N, but no. Billion, million, they're completely two different worlds. Let me illustrate. I've got a dollar here. This dollar, the thickness of this dollar is 0.004 inches. If I had 1 million of these, it would go up 333 feet high. If I stacked them on top of each other, 1 million $1 bills, 333 feet high. If I had 1 billion of these $1 bills, it would go up 67.8 miles high. Now keep in mind that space starts 50 miles above the ground. So if you have 1 billion $1 bills stacked on top of each other, it would go to space. The moon is 240,000 miles away. So if you have 4 billion $1 bills, you could stack them on top of each other. It would go so high it would touch the moon. If you had 4 billion. Steve Jobs had 10.8 billion. In other words, his stack of $1 bills would go all the way up to the moon and then make a circle and come all the way back down. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. But you know what? His fortified wall was not enough to protect him from pancreatic cancer, and he died at 56 years old. There is no amount of money that you will have that will be a fortified wall. It is imagined that it is a wall too high to climb. I pray that the only thing, if you guys only get 1 point out of this message, if you only get 1 point, you and I will constantly be enticed by the enemy to chase this carrot of financial security that cannot be reached. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you will always need a little bit more. If you like that video, take a second and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. This way you'll always know every time we've uploaded a new video.